Hey everyone, you're watching White Mountains TV. I'm Chris Prue, and I am joined by the publisher of Mount Washington Valley Vibe, Dan Houde. Thanks for joining us remotely, Dan.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everyone.
It is it's a great winter season we're having. Lots of snow as we record this, and your magazine, Mount Washington Valley Vibe, which is free on newsstands around the Mount Washington Valley, has great ideas for things to do, and also profiles of all the different attractions and historical elements of the Mount Washington Valley. What are we going to find in this winter's edition?
Well, it's a quarterly edition, and we try to cover all four seasons. And so basically, it's winter, and we look at some of the more unique things happening in the valley, and this is what the winter edition looks like this time around. And getting a little glare there, but
is that me?
That is you just fearlessly throwing yourself off a cliff in front of a really cool tree.
Yeah.
That's actually, it is a White Mountain area. We don't disclose where exactly this was shot because you need special landowner permission. But we do, we try to, stay in tune with what's happening and what's popular in the valley. This time around, we have a big getting into backcountry skiing. We always try to cover the safety aspects of everything, and we always try to make sure that we are including all the organizations in the valley that are participating in keeping us all safe. So if you do have interest in backcountry skiing, it's a good article to read because it basically takes you from resort to backcountry. And a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll pick up a set of backcountry skis and equipment and all that, and you start at your favorite alpine resort. And so we kind of take you through that, and then we get you a little bit higher, and then we kind of talk you into like what it would be like if you want to go into the upper elevations where avalanches are concerned and so on. So that is a great, thorough article. It's written by Jake Risch, who's the executive director of Friends of Tuckerman Ravine. And he really knows his stuff. And then, of course, we get a lot of support from the local organizations as well. But we also talk about hiking. Hiking during the winter in the White Mountains is really popular. And so we talk about winter hiking safety. We wanted to focus a little bit more on some of the hikes in the valley that are a little quieter than the regular ones. But they may be quiet, but they have good parking, so that there's plenty of room to move around once you get there. So that's definitely something you need to check out. And then, of course, we talk about a lot of food items, a lot of local food items. We have always supported local farming, and we work with Valley Originals, and we have a good little chef article. That's a husky right there.
I thought it was a wolf.
Yeah, little wolf. And so we cover, a little bit of everything. Even, this year at the Alpine Resorts, a lot of people are kind of staying out of the base lodge. And so this year we put together 20 tips for basically, booting up out of your car, out in the parking lot and tailgating. And little tips, we actually asked backcountry skiers and local skiers who we've been known for decades to basically boot up right at our car. We have always kind of stayed out of the lodge, unless you want to grab a beer or something. So we basically wanted to provide tips for people. You bring a big chunk of rug or something to stand on while you're taking your boots off, putting your ski boots on, bringing coolers of food, bringing snacks. There's all these little things that we put together to kind of make it a little bit easier. There's a wildlife article. We've kind of always wondered where do the moose go? Where do the bobcat go? And all these, so Tin Mountain got together, or we got together with Tin Mountain. They put together a really cool article on that. And we cover the balsams development. Nobody really knows what's happening with the balsams, which is just north of the valley here. And so we have a writer who's very familiar with the history of the balsams, and he's put together another great article for us that covers the expansion and what to expect with that. And boy, it'd be really great if we could get that wilderness ski area back. According to what we're hearing, it's they want to make it 4 times the size of it as it is right now. So it would be one of the bigger ski areas in the valley or any area.
Yeah, it would be one of the biggest in the entire East Coast, I believe, rivaling Killington. So one of the things I love about your magazine, Dan, we're speaking with publisher owner Dan Houde of the Mount Washington Valley Vibe, is it's put together from you can tell that it is put together by a photographer, a designer, because it, as much as as deep as the content is, the writing is great. It's really the imagery and the photographs that pull this thing together and just make it so enjoyable to hold in front of you and look at.
It's good. We always make sure that we're using professional photographers, so you're always getting the best of the best. And it's high quality print, high quality paper. It's just good to, especially nowadays, it's good to actually pick something up and be able to thumb through it at your own pace. And, all the articles are really well written, and we basically, we work hard and we play hard. And so while we're out there getting all this content, we're basically living that and then reporting to it, So it is definitely something, it's a labor of love. It definitely helps to be a photographer because while we're out there in the field, we can actually get the photography for it. And a lot of times we work a year ahead of time. So right now we're currently working on articles for next winter. And then in the spring, we'll be working on articles for next spring. And so that's fun knowing, what you need to plan ahead for. We're going ice climbing next weekend with a local guide, and we're going to bring a couple kids. It's going to be a family thing, and basically the article is getting set up for next winter. So that's kind of fun.
That's awesome. Dan Houde, Mount Washington Valley Vibe, which is free on newsstands around the Mount Washington Valley and beyond. Anything else before we say goodbye, Dan?
No, I just say that you can check the website out at mwvvibe.com. And we do have an electronic edition that can be viewed, and you can kind of check it out until you can get your hands on a copy. It also will tell you on the website where to find a copy if you're looking around, and subscriptions are available. If you're trying to keep tabs on the valley while you're not visiting the valley, perhaps it's a great way to kind of stay in touch. And we're working on spring, and we'll have another big article or another big edition out for around the end of March.
All right. Dan Houde, Mount Washington Valley Vibe. Get your copy today. Thank you so much for joining us, Dan.
You're welcome. Grab one.
We will talk to you soon. The rest of you, you're watching White Mountains TV.